Ah, so he picked up the pre-con as well, I see. Hi everyone, I'm a guy that exists, and welcome back to How to Break It, the series where I take an existing commander strategy, give you a list of cards, and show you how to break the game. And today, we're doing Sidar Jabari of Zhalfir. For one generic, oh brother where art thou, 40,000 leagues under the sea, and this is Halloween, this is Halloween. Sidar Jabari is a legendary human knight. With Eminence, whenever you attack with one or more knights, if Sidar Jabari of Zhalfir is in the command zone or on the battlefield, draw a card, then discard a card. We get to loot, let's go! Flying in first strike, you have a 4/3 body that says whenever Sidar Jabari deals combat damage to a player, return target knight creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So on today's episode of How to Break... You know what? Actually, hold on. Just give me a minute real quick. Now, I know I left it here somewhere. Here we go. We're going to be doing a How to Break It episode in person. So while Kinsbale Cavalier has been hard to find, I've been using Quende Pride of Ferenth. For 3 generic and a white, we get a double strike creature that gives creatures I control with first strike, double strike, which means we get to double up on Sidar Jabari's trigger. Interaction on a body that can be reanimated with our commander? Yes, please. And here's a way to enable more of our graveyard loops. This is Cavalier of Night. Whenever it enters the battlefield, we may sacrifice another creature. When we do, destroy target creature an opponent controls, and when it dies, we get to return target creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from our graveyard to the battlefield. A lot of knights actually end up being around this CMC range, so this is just good on all fronts. And since a lot of our knights gain us life, just because we have Eminence on our commander doesn't mean we need to draw more cards. Say hello to Phyrexian Arena. We get to, at the beginning of our upkeep, draw a card and lose 1 life. This card is a howl. This card is so busted in this deck because so many of our knights care about ETBs. Not to mention the Panharmonicon I'm going to suggest later. You're just going to draw card after card after card with this. I shouldn't have to say it with all the reanimation and all the knights you're going to be casting, but Cathar's Crusade is just good in any creature-based deck. Well, I did say I was going to be mentioning this card. This is just an asymmetrical coat of arms. We get to play knights and then make arm knights bigger for casting knights. Oh! And we're always going to have knights on the field, so this legendary artifact is essentially just white for knights you control get +1/+1. And finally, my hidden tech. Let's give them more ovation! This has been a Deck Tech on Wakanda Forever! And that's How to Break It. And thank you to Not for the comment suggesting Sidar Jabari. If any of you guys have suggestions for existing commander strategies for How to Break It, please leave it in the comments. I'll be reading them.